What is up? It's another episode of Dynasty Pylon. My name is Mark, in with my good friend Mark. Wow. Awesome start already, but hey,
there
that's
we
what
go.
we do.
There
We
we
always
go.
mess up here. So today we are discussing two teams. Actually, we'll try and hit all four, but I doubt it. We'll probably end up doing it a two-parter just because we go into detail with these teams. So we're doing what? AFC
South.
and
Yes,
that
sir.
involves the Titans, Tennessee Titans, Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jags, and the Indianapolis Colts. So, do you have anything recent news-wise that just happened that I missed out on recently, or we should just get into it?
I do not have any breaking news right now.
Okay, yeah, neither did I. It was
Yeah,
kind
I think
of
the last thing, especially with this division, would just be Julio Jones going to the Titans,
right,
which is
which
like 2
should
weeks
be
old now.
very interesting.
I think so.
I was actually not surprised that it was going to be like I'm surprised that it was them to the
A
Tennessee,
little bit, yeah.
but I didn't expect it from like anybody else. Like I expected someone who needed receivers or someone who would I don't know. I thought 49ers, but that was just me.
I thought the 49ers were up there because I know Kyle Shanahan really likes him.
Yeah, and they could definitely use him for the next couple of seasons. He's almost done. He's on the back end of his career, so still good, still valuable. Dynasty purposes, I think you might as well just write him out. I don't think right now Julio Jones you're going to get anything higher than a second. I don't think your first is there anymore. Everyone kind of knows that it's going to happen, that he's just basically done. So, would you agree, or would you think anything higher than a second?
No, I wouldn't go higher than a second, but I don't think he's necessarily done. I think
No,
Tannehill's a solid quarterback.
He still has a couple years left.
That's what I'm saying, and I think Tannehill is a good quarterback, so it'll be interesting to see if they gel or not. Because I mean, sometimes it doesn't always work, but I think they can make it work though. I think Tannehill, and for as far as not needing receivers, I think they needed to replace Corey Davis. He went to the Jets, so.
Yeah, he did, and he's probably their number one now. Actually,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I know they had a couple young up and coming receivers, but I think Julio Jones does nothing but help them too. So.
Right. I mean, Julio is going to be that guy who covers them. Basically, he's going to take the pressure off of the other receivers.
Exactly.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we predict is going to be doing pretty good, is more than likely probably going to do good. Or am I thinking? Is Amon-Ra St. Brown, or is that
Detroit? That's Detroit.
That's Detroit. All right. Dez Fitzpatrick is one thing.
Yes,
right?
Dez Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he.
They have him, and then who was their number one receiver before he got traded there?
AJ Brown.
His idol is Jones.
Julio.
So I thought that was pretty good. Pretty cool.
So
I bet he's ecstatic.
Right. So we'll do a two-parter. We'll talk more about the Titans tomorrow, but we'll do, I guess that's Colts today, and I'll
Texans.
Yeah. Colts and the very controversial Texans, more seemingly just one guy, really, actually.
Yeah.
But let's see this. So the Colts, I know had. Well, first of all, Philip Rivers retired. And after that, so we were in the mix of maybe Easton's going to be the guy, or is it Jacoby's going to be the guy? But then I guess Jacoby got traded, or is he still there?
No, I think he was a free agent, or he got traded, but I don't think he's there anymore.
No, wasn't he there? He wasn't there last year, was he?
I think so. Was he? Oh no, maybe he got traded last year.
Because it was Philip Rivers retired, and then Carson Wentz. I know they kind of Carson Wentz filled those shoes. Honestly, personally, like between Carson Wentz and Philip Rivers, I think Carson Wentz is still valuable in the dynasty game. I think you could probably get another 3 years out of him for sure. I still believe in him. I don't know how you feel about him, but I still think Carson Wentz still has some left in the tank. People are doubting him because he did.
I traded for him, so.
Well, yeah, of course. So Frank Wright actually was his coach when
that's the big reason I think.
Yeah,
will help him.
So
when he had his best year with Philly, Frank Wright was his offensive coordinator.
Right. So I know you actually successfully got him up for a third, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So, and that was Jits. That was it, right?
That's it. Yep, just
Straight
a
up
third round pick. Yep.
So I mean that's not entirely too bad. I mean, I would trade a third for him. I don't think I'd go anything higher than that, just because of course there is that doubt in your mind. But for where you're standing, your shoes, that was actually a great deal because you have two guys. At one point, and now you only have one. At one point, you didn't even know if the other guy was going to play or not.
Yeah.
And that was Sam Darnold. And eventually, now him going to Carolina is actually pretty good for you. So
not just going to Carolina, but apparently looking really good in Carolina so far. So
well, it's the Adam Gase effect.
Yeah.
Adam Gase is gone. Guys excel. That's just the way it works. Every single person that left New York excelled the next year because they didn't have Adam Gase breathing down.
Just look at the Dolphins too. He got fired from there. Brian Flores takes over, and now look at how up the Dolphins have been the last 2 years.
Exactly. Adam Gase sucks. I don't know why people don't see this, but
I don't either.
It is. So, I when I saw that trade, I was like, okay, well, third round, not too bad. You could probably get a third, maybe something depending on what they have. But I don't think a lot of people are going to pay a second or a first for him for sure. If you do, good luck. Well,
it's funny you say a second because he actually offered me Wentz for a second, and I countered with a third. Because I was like, I'm not giving up a second.
No, a second's too high.
That's too high.
It really is. I just don't think that. Yeah, right now you can't get that for what he's worth.
That's why I was like, not a second, but a third, and then he accepted it. So I was like, all right, that works.
Yeah. So let's see. Who else? I mean, not really anything crazy. I know the Anthony Costanzo. Did he retire?
Yes, he retired at like the age of 30.
Oh wow, he still had some years.
Yep,
that's interesting. Okay, well, I know that did they replace anybody in the draft? Let me see if they did.
The only additions they had in the offseason was Carson Wentz.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Draft-wise, though.
Because draft-wise, they had all 7 round picks, except for third. Well, I mean, they had 7 rounds, just not one in the third.
They had 2 in the 7.
Yeah. So, Kwity Paye, definitely a awesome addition. I love that draft pick for him. They got 2 bookends right from the get-go, first and second pick. Yep. So, definitely add to that disgusting defense that they already have. It's going to be interesting. And then they got a tight end, Kylan Granson, who out of SMU. Yep. So I thought that was interesting. I like what was it, Mo Alley Cox? That guy's huge. I don't know why. And then who else is the other tight end there? Burton?
Oh, Trey Burton, yeah.
Yeah. So
I believe he's still there, yes.
I thought it was interesting that they had both of them, or they drafted a tight end. And then they went with safety Sean Davis, and then Sam Ehlinger, who we like out of the Senior Bowl. That was an interesting pick to me because I thought they already had a second-round draft pick from a third-round draft pick from last season's QB, Easton. So I thought
maybe they didn't like him in practice.
Yeah, he didn't start over Jacoby, so obviously he did something wrong.
Or Jacoby is in Miami now, just so you know.
Yeah, just this season, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 7 picks with the receiver, and then the offensive line or offensive tackle Will Fries as their 7 pick. That's interesting, but I'm not too excited about their offseason except for their first couple round draft picks. But other than that, they're still the same team. I don't think anybody left except for Phillip Rivers. Marlon Mack is back.
They lost a defensive end I never heard of, and then linebacker Anthony Walker.
Okay. So
but that's it.
Not too bad. Well, Anthony Walker's gone?
Yeah, he left somewhere else.
That sucks.
They did pick up Eric Fisher, too, I guess, to replace. Not going to be near as good, but Anthony Costanza or whatever his name is.
Oh, Eric Fisher out of the KC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, I thought he went somewhere else. I didn't know he went to Cole. I thought he went somewhere else.
No,
Okay.
he went to the Colts.
All right. Well, not too bad.
Yeah.
So how do you think that they're gonna do though? Like honestly, how do you think that record-wise or overall? Like I don't know. I'm gonna pull up the schedule right now.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt that they get to play the Texans twice.
No.
So they got that going for them.
No, definitely
I still
not.
think they're better by far than Jacksonville, so they have that going for them. I just don't know if they can beat Tennessee. Maybe once. Let's see their schedule.
They might split. I mean, we got.
That's what I said. They're not going to do better than
Seahawks,
split. They're definitely not
could be a
beating them
win.
twice.
Rams might be a difficult one. Then
There's
Titans.
the Titans.
Depending on how, like you said, how they do against it, Titans might split. Then the Dolphins, Ravens.
I think they could beat the Dolphins.
Texans.
Ravens, not so much.
Niners.
Bills.
Jets, Bills, Jags. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's not too hard, not too easy.
I mean, I can see him winning 10 games with this schedule.
I see about
dependent on how Wentz plays.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess I should throw that out there. I mean, if Wentz comes out and plays like he did his MVP year, they could win 11, 12.
And what's crazy about that pick that they traded for him, so that second rounder essentially is what it is now.
Yes.
If Wentz, and I think I said this before when the news first break out, Wentz, that pick can be a first rounder if Wentz plays 11 games or more, which is like 75% and playoffs.
Or if they make the playoffs.
Right. So
if
even if they eventually make playoffs.
Yeah. I thought as if they made the playoffs, it becomes a first.
That. Well, I mean, if he plays a certain amount of games. So either way, it's gonna turn into a first.
Yeah,
there's no way that they don't end up in the playoffs. Like they got the Jags and the Texans in that same division, and when we're saying that they're gonna split with the Titans, so they'll probably make it more than likely make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean they're sitting there. They're at 4-3-1.
Yeah.
No,
easy.
sorry, 5-1.
Well, 5-1.
Yeah.
So that's easy already within the division. So they're gonna make it. So I'm not arguing with that. I honestly think they're going to be fine, just and defensive wise too. So they're pretty stacked both sides. So
yeah, I agree.
So
I think the biggest issues they shored up with the draft. So because since Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney, they really hadn't had much on edge rushers.
Not much, but I mean, like they went with those two bookends.
That's what I said. Yeah,
so
I think that helps a lot.
I cannot say his name, but I know his first name is Deo. Deo and Kuripe.
I ain't attempting that. So.
No, man, it's interesting. It's spelled Odeyingbo. Out of Vanderbilt. So, yeah. All right, so that is somewhat what we got on the Texans. Oh crap, I missed that one. That was earlier from the breakdown. So bring that fire. Yeah. What's up, Anthony? He has actually shout out to Anthony, man. We partnered up with him with one of our mock drafts. I actually did a mock draft with him last Friday. That 931, the one QB.
I know. I was so bummed. Yeah. I got in, and then I saw the time, and I was like, "Wow."
I don't think he's
on our draft.
I don't think he's graded it yet, though.
No,
it'll probably be this Friday. I know he did a super flex one that was a 631 before us, and then he did ours. So shout out to him and the Get Right Fantasy guys. They do mock drafts every Friday, all the time. So I'm interested in what they do when the season starts.
Yeah, a lot of good information they bring out too.
Yeah, definitely help you out to get better on your mock drafts and get better at that. So. Good for them, and shout out to Anthony as well. So if you're still watching, anyways, speaking of fantasy football, mock drafting, I have a trade that involves a team that we're about to talk about is the Texans, and then a team that we just kind of briefly went over is the Colts. And this trade right here involves Jonathan Taylor, Trey Sermon, rookie out of San Francisco, a 2023 third rounder. I said that weird, but a third round out of the 23 draft year for Deshaun Watson and Saquon Barkley. Now this one is a little hard for me because you have two easy. Hang on. So let's see. We got Anthony saying will be graded tonight, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard. Okay, all right. And yeah, thanks for sure, man. Well, I got to do another one. Probably collab again. I don't know. I'm just now getting back, so we'll see how that goes.
So is this one trade or two different trades?
This is one trade. So this is this is Jonathan Taylor, Trey Sermon, and a third, which is 2 years from now, third for Deshaun Watson and Saquon Barkley.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. The way they cropped it out, I didn't really have per se to use it or not. So
oh no, you're good. I was just trying to make sure it was.
We'll be doing waiver wire trades and news, etc. All redraft in season. Nice. Okay. So
that's very cool. Very cool.
So, what do you think out of this trade?
It's an interesting trade.
He didn't specify if it was super flex or 1 QB or anything like that. So I'm assuming PPR, maybe just standard. But
I think the person getting Taylor, Sermon, and a third round pick made out like a bandit in this trade.
Okay, now you say that's for because of the future, right?
Yeah, well, not just the future, but even this upcoming season. Because one, I don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to play. I have him. I'm in the same boat. And two, Barkley's coming off an injury and still behind a horrible offensive line.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for. If you didn't mention that, I was going to say, okay, Saquon Barkley, yeah. Sure. That horrible line. Dude, I'm a little scared he might get hurt again.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be another repeat. They did nothing with that line. It's exactly what you said. Horrible line.
And we're both really high on Sermon, so.
Yes. I actually think that Trey Sermon might be in the main back next
I do too.
year. Potentially this year have Mostert go down. You know what's crazy?
Look at the last 2 years, it's a high probability.
Yeah. I don't know how many mock drafts you've done lately, but in these mock drafts I've done, Sermon actually goes before Mostert, believe it or not.
That's what I'm saying.
No, and this is redraft too. These are redraft mocks.
I would take Sermon, but that's just me because I'm really high on him. But
in a redraft league,
yeah, that I don't think Mostert will be able to handle the ball all year.
I've seen him go as high as third round.
Sermon.
Ooh,
that's a bit high.
Yeah.
I don't know if I go third round.
Yeah. I wouldn't go third round either. I would go maybe fifth.
Yeah, I was gonna say fifth,
fourth. One of these high prospects.
Still a little bit high, but I'm comfortable with taking him in the fourth.
I don't think I'd go third. But that's just me. Anthony, you probably know better than we do. You do mock drafts,
and that's his team. So.
That is his team too. You know what's funny is he was just mentioning on his show that he doesn't like getting
homers. Yeah.
Because if they beat him, he's like, yeah, okay, well that's fine. I got beat by my favorite team, but it's not, which is, I guess, emotionally a good way to look at it. Let's see. James Garcia. Hey, what's up, man? More weapons, more balance for Barkley. I think Watson will play. I'm a gambler, so I'd take those two over.
All right.
And that's if he plays this season. Because if he does play this season, you kind of won that.
Yeah, and I agree.
And that's really high for him, at least.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said as of right now, I'm taking the other one because I know that's a for sure thing.
And say, like, if you have a legit QB, like I myself have two QBs that are set, right? I think I could probably risk doing this, but I don't think that I would do it only because I see two potential number one running backs for what you're giving me a one running back who is injured prone, and then you get a third, just like a cherry on top. I do agree with you, but I also agree if Deshaun Watson does play this season, you automatically won it because Deshaun Watson trumps all those guys if he's on the field.
And I completely agree with you.
So,
I mean, Deshaun Watson's the top 5 player point wise in the league. So,
oh yeah, hands down. So that is that's that. So we both agree on the 2 younger running backs in the pick.
well, I mean, yeah, because you already have RB1 and Taylor, and then I think Sermon within this year, next year, at the least, will be RB1 as well.
But I do like what James said, though.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So it's definitely. But here's the only disagreement I have with you, James, is they did nothing with that line. New York Giants kept the same line. I think they brought up just brought back a guy who's injured. So I don't think they made any moves on that line at all, did they? Like
No.
a single piece.
Nope.
So if you take that same line and then throw it into the same, like in the same concept, same year, like I think it's going to be, like I said, the same. I don't think anything's going to change. Yeah, most are still ahead of Sermon, but he's creeping up in these last few weeks. Yeah, I think the hype is going to build a little bit as we get closer to the season as well. So, but I just don't think he's a third rounder. That's just me.
No, I don't think he is either.
That's just me. You want to read that last one that just popped up? I think it was Anthony. All right.
All right. He said, I love Mostert, though I think if he stays healthy, I think he can be a huge value on redraft. And I agree. I completely agree with that, too. I mean, Mostert's proven that he's RB1 and then some.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Like, even last year before he got hurt, he was just mowing over people.
Yeah. And it's funny is because, like, us knowing IDP, I had Isaiah Simmons, and I lost all confidence in Isaiah Simmons when Mostert just outran him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no.
I remember that.
I was like, oh, God. And he was one of my rookie picks. I was like, Jesus, I don't think I want him. But we'll see. I think he's got a little bit better this season. Hopefully, he should be starting this season. That's Isaiah Simmons out of the Cardinals.
He goes, I loved him more before Sermon was drafted. Oh, oops. We both clicked on it.
So I'm torn, yeah. Hey, it's all good, man. You have love for your own players. Like, hey, at least he's still on your team. I lost Julio, so, it is what it is.
Right, at least he's still on the team.
Yeah. All right, so our next team that we're doing, we are going to, fairly simple, really, is the Houston Texans. I mean, they are still, like, taking heat from all the mess that Bill O'Brien created. Was it 2 or 3 seasons ago? So
it was last offseason.
Dude, they're still, like, it all started with the whole Deshaun Watson. After that, it was just plummeting, man. Nothing was going with it, and then they got rid of him, so his ideas went out the door. So it was just
talking about DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, what the hell did I say?
You said Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah, Deshaun. Well, besides that, I mean, also after the Deshaun Watson thing, everything started going down too. But the Hopkins, yes, you're right.
Yeah,
the Hopkins trade,
second rounder. Woo.
And David Johnson.
And David Johnson,
who was a washed up David Johnson. It wasn't the good David Johnson. It was a washed up old man. I'm hurt, David Johnson. Yeah. So he did pretty good last season, though. Not as great as he used to be, what we're used to, but he did okay.
I don't know if it was injuries or what, but David Johnson's definitely lost a step, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. We started with the Cardinals, got banged up, and then sorry, I lost your thought. So he got banged up in the Cardinals, and the Cardinals didn't play him. Then they put in Drake, and then Drake did pretty good. And then they kind of just after that, it was just like, here's a piece added to your freaking trade, I guess. And Bill O'Brien accepted it. So
he said, James Garcia.
He ain't washed up. Bad scheme.
I mean, that could be it too.
Scheme. He's all about the schemes, man.
But he wasn't exactly producing his last year in Arizona either, though.
That's James. He's in one of our drafts, man. His philosophy on drafting is all about schemes. It's funny when he says it because I always picture him like next to all the 32 head coaches as if he was like buddies with them. I'm like, okay, schemes. All right, could you whatever. James, I love you, man, but all right. So anyways, so after that, what was it, Deshaun Watson's issue, and then shortly after the Deshaun Watson breakout of him and his personality ways with women and the massage parlors, it was J.J. Watt actually getting released and signed with Arizona with the influence of Hopkins bringing him over. I think it had a little bit to do with it, but good for him. Definitely makes Arizona a little bit worse for the running back. If you play in your running back, I would not want to put my running back against that team. It is a disgusting defense, like nasty good. So let's bring up their picks. They didn't really have many picks.
No.
They had like 4 or 5 picks, I think. Wasn't great.
They had 2 third-rounders, 2 fifth-rounders, and a 6th.
Yeah, it was atrocious.
They did get Davis Mills, quarterback out of Stanford.
Yes. And didn't we see him? We saw him a little bit, didn't we? I think we did.
Yeah.
He didn't do too bad. Obviously he wasn't the worst. Because I know we saw what's his face? Jamie. Who was that other guy we just did not like out of the
Newman?
College? Was it?
Jamie Newman?
Yeah, Newman, yeah.
From,
I know he
Wake
didn't do as bad as him.
Yeah,
that
Wake,
guy
oh,
did
yeah,
bad.
that guy.
So
Hey.
if you did,
He's an Eagle, so guess he didn't do that bad.
well, here's what Jamie Newman can be. He could be a potential taxi guy if you throw him in there. Maybe he busts out and he's a starter. I don't know, but that's definitely even for me, I would not have him in my taxi squad at all. Maybe
No, I wouldn't either.
I think he's just that bad, but we'll see. So yeah, Davis Mills. Do you think he gets any action after Tyrod Taylor goes down, or do you think they use
Or gets hit in the lung by the medical
they
staff?
puncture the other one?
Is Davis Mills going to be the next quarterback that Tyrod Taylor propels?
Well,
He's
he's
the
known
superstar.
for it. He did it for Baker, and he
Yep.
did it for Herbert.
Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen, and dude, why not? Davis Mills might be the guy. This guy could be a good taxi guy.
Yeah, no,
I
think
would
so.
put him in my taxi squad in case my main starters go down. So that's what I think. It can't hurt. I mean, if you just drop him if you think he's not going to play. But that's what the taxi squad's for. You just keep them there. They sit there, and if you need them, you need them. If you don't, well, then hey, you bring them on to next season or
And then, yeah.
however your league is set up. Ours is set up with 2 years, so anything higher than a sophomore, no. But other than that, so then their other third pick was Nico Collins. Not a bad pick.
Yes, I like that one too.
Out of Michigan, receiver. He did pretty good from what I remember. He's not that bad. And then Brevin Jordan, actually, I'm a little high on him.
I was going to say the same thing.
I liked him out of Miami, and we actually watched him. He did pretty good at the Senior Bowl. Even the clips that I've seen, he's done pretty good. I'm surprised that Pat Fairmouth got drafted before him, actually.
Me too.
So this guy, for sure, for me, definitely is probably a late round pickup, maybe taxi squad for sure. I definitely would keep an eye on him most of the time. If he's not on my squad, I think I would probably scroll around his name, passing the eye test kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
definitely constantly looking at him on free agency. If not, stash him in your taxi squad. He might be one of those guys.
I'm pretty sure we had him as like the second or third tight end.
He was,
ranked, like the second or third tight end in the entire draft. So, I mean, obviously he's not going to be number one with Pitts.
as soon as he is, he might not do anything good now, but if they bring in someone and they fix that team within here and next season, I think he did be fine. I think Brevin Jordan is an all-around type tight end. And for me and you, we're saying he was our ranked number 2 under Kyle Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Brevin Jordan is all that bad. Again, for redraft, he could definitely be one of those guys you could just kind of just throw in later in the weeks if your guy goes down. Maybe pick him up, who knows, stream him or something. And then
also, I don't even know who else they have on their depth chart at tight end.
Yeah, I don't even either.
Yeah, me either.
So James, depends on the QB situation with Jordan.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But I feel like tight ends are the QB's best friend. They're right there. They're pretty close to him, especially rookies. But coming in, I really thought Brevin Jordan was going to go a lot higher. He was my number 2 ranked tight end under Kyle Pitts. So, but the fact that he is with Houston, I don't like that fact. But we'll see. I'm actually looking up where who is under him right now, but I don't think on the Texans lineup right now. Let's see. Because who was their last season? Do you remember?
Was it the guy that used to be in Arizona? The really tall guy?
Something like that. It was. Oh, I totally forgot, actually.
Fells?
Yeah.
Darren Fells?
Yeah. Fells. Atkins. Jordan Atkins.
Yeah, they have Jordan Atkins and then Khalil Waring.
Yeah. So Jordan Atkins is still. Oh, Ryan Eza, wasn't he like their draft pick as well last season? I thought he was like a sophomore. I think he's a sophomore this season. But either way, Houston's not looking hot, man. They have too many issues, too many situations going on. Like it's just a crap show over there. We'll see what happens this season. Maybe they could sneak with a couple of wins. I don't see them winning over 2 at all. I don't know how you feel about them, but I don't think they're going to do anything great.
Well, I think they're the new Browns.
I would say they're the new Jets.
They could be, I don't know, they be the first team to go 0-17? It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Just saying, throwing it out there.
It is the first season of 17.
Yeah.
So let's see. They open up with the Jags. This is how bad it is. I think they might lose to them. I don't know. They're really bad. I don't see them winning.
I guess it also depends if Deshaun Watson's playing. If Deshaun Watson's playing, then they could easily, I think, win 4, 5, 6 games.
But they're saying he might not even play.
But that's what. If he doesn't play, you're looking at. Oh, if he doesn't play, I agree with Tank. They'll be the worst team in the NFL
for 2021. Yeah, dude.
I think if they had Deshaun, they could easily be Jaguars.
Yeah, I think so. But they play him twice, so that's what, 2 wins.
Oh my god! Deshaun plays. He's going to get so many points.
I don't think they beat the Jets.
Every game's going to be a shootout.
It really is, and I feel bad for them. Man, it's going to be a struggle for them. I don't know what's worse, them or the freaking. I know earlier we were mentioning the Seahawks schedule sucks, but I don't think they're going to do much, man. Texans are just. It's all Browns, Panthers, Bills. Then they're just going to get stomped the entire season. They might sneak with 2 wins against the Jags, if that.
I think they can win
James
against the Jags.
He gives them 4.
Yeah, I think they can definitely maybe split the Jags, and I think the Jets. The Jets still aren't up there either.
So, James, who do you think? So the Jags and Jets teams, I don't know what James thinks. He says 4.
Yeah, what are the other 2 wins? I gave 2.
and you said Jets and Jags?
Yeah, I said Jets and Jags.
I don't know if they beat the Jets, man.
Maybe the 49ers if they're decimated by injuries.
Maybe, but I don't think they'll beat the Jets. I think the Jets have a little bit going on for them now that Gaze is out. It's a brand new team, brand new. Like, I understand that everything's like not clicking, but sometimes when the new team's like, all right, I know it's a different sport, but when something new happens, it's a entirely new team, new coaching staff, new everything. Look at the
rookie quarterback.
Golden Knights. God, I hate them. Okay, but they came in. fresh everything. I feel like the
Yeah,
Jets.
but the Golden Knights were still loaded with veterans, though.
Yeah, but same with the Jets. They have a couple of vets in there, but it's all new, like new coaching staff. Everything's new.
I understand
They
that.
split with the
Well,
Jags. I
they
agree
split with
there.
the Jags. Yeah, I agree with that too.
And maybe 2-3 wins. I agree with Tank. I'm still waiting on that fourth.
Yeah, right.
From
Can we
James.
please get that fourth win?
2-2 in the divisions. Jets and squeeze a win against the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Really? Oh my!
What's the other win in the division?
I think he's taking on. I don't. He said 2-2, right?
Yes. So
in the division.
So if there's, they play 6
unless he
division
says
games,
2 wins against the Jags and
well,
lost.
like they're not beating the Colts. They're not beating the Titans. That's for sure.
Well, I think the record's going to have to be a little bit higher. You can't go just 2-2. There's
6 games.
There's 6 games.
Yeah.
I think he's missing a game or 2. The Colts.
Okay, so he's saying the Texans
and the
beat
Jags.
The Colts. Okay.
James, you crazy mofo. All right. He says the Colts are going to lose and the Jags. All right. Wow, Dolphins 2 would have to be a complete bust this year for the.
I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that.
But I'm looking at this, man. I don't think that. I don't think they beat the Dolphins, especially in Miami. But James, I love your prediction, man. Let's see if it works out for you. We can rewind. I could clip this out and then play it again, November 29th or whatever, and we'll just show you there and give you a little bit of praise there. But yeah, we don't. If you want to do tomorrow's show with the other 2 teams of the AFC, which is the drawing brain for it right now.
Titans.
And the Jags.
And the Jags. T-Law.
So he says bet.
Oh, he said I was gonna say he's gonna put a bet on it.
Well, look, man. I'm not saying they're gonna beat. I mean, I don't think they beat the Dolphins, but we can talk off air and bet on this if you really want to. But I don't think they go over 2 wins, 3 wins. That's kind of crazy, but that is what I think. I think they might have first round draft pick for sure, 100%. There's no way there's someone
first overall.
First overall, yeah, for sure. So,
I mean, they probably have to be the favorite for it, I would think.
I think they end up with let's see, with Ratcliffe or the Bradley. Damn it, wasn't that the kid out of there's Sam Howell.
Oklahoma.
What
is it? Oklahoma quarterback.
I think so. I know I'm a little higher on North Carolina's quarterback.
That's who Braden said Washington.
Sam Howell. What's up?
Braden kept saying that next year's draft we should trade up to get the kid from Oklahoma, or get the kid from Oklahoma if we suck.
Oklahoma, yes. Spencer Rattler, I was close.
Yes,
Spencer Rattler. That's
what I thought.
I'm more high on Sam Howell. Sam Howell's out of North Carolina.
Oh yeah, North Carolina.
And he's got a little bit more weight on him too.
He lost all his weapons.
Yeah, but if he's good, he's good. Like this is definitely
he got more.
Time. But
he lost 2 receivers and 2 running backs.
Yeah, OSU, Oklahoma State University. Okay, yeah. But yeah, definitely him.
Or Ohio State, depending on which O you're talking about.
And then, Jesus. But yeah, tomorrow you want to go in? You want to do like a lunch hour tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure.
Or do you want to go till Saturday?
I'm good either way. I mean, tomorrow's lunch hour sounds good to me.
All right. Tomorrow, during your lunch hours on Thursday, you want to shoot for 11 or 12?
12?
12? Okay, 12 Mountain Standard Time. I know you agree or argue with me and say it's Pacific, but I don't care.
It is Pacific.
We're in Arizona. I don't care. We're Mountain. We're a Mountain guy. I don't care. All right, so tomorrow we're doing Jesus, help me out here. Crap. We're
The
doing
Titans and the Jags.
and the Titans. Yes, the King and the first overall.
Julio Jones.
Yes, and Julio Jones. So midday football, love it, hell yeah. So we'll do a little lunch break, lunch hour special tomorrow. Before I do that, then we'll break off to what the guys are going to do tomorrow. Are they still doing the Loki series? I'm not too sure. I've been busy Thursdays, so Thursday nights.
Wonder if they're going to cover Hugh Jackman teasing all the Wolverine fans.
Probably. Well, I don't know, but we'll see what they do. So tomorrow they'll be doing that on the Nerd Huddle Network. So same
some other stuff, Loki and some other stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, not bad. I mean, it's from what you guys have been saying, it's a good show. So I'm definitely missing out on that, but hey, it's all good. And heck yeah, old man Logan. Hell yeah. All right then, guys. Any last words that you gotta say or anything? Yeah, all right. Later, Josh Allen.
That's the wrong division, but okay.
I don't care. Josh Allen's our favorite here. Well, at least he is for me. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. That's our show. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're at watching this. Catch us tomorrow, Mountain Standard Time, and we are doing the rest of the AFC teams. So, all right.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.